Okay, as we get back in here, we're going to finish with the final 34 here to talk first, to be the bigger hog of the two on the far side of the viewing pen here. So 34-3 would be his notch. Once again, pedigree would be Jumpman back on a Set the Curve sow that would have just made the reserve red and fourth overall barrel at Louisville for Ella Boble.
Yeah, this 34, I think is darn sure a stouty for sure, and still got a neat look up front and a short side to go with it. He's got a big chest floor. He's big in his sternum and still short in his side, and still got a very very good back shape and just still green in his shape, if you will. But I think there's evidence of shape there, and as you jump in behind him, I think everything's square and right and goes the right direction. He's got a big hind leg and a good depth of heel. You look at that one, you're getting the best view of him right there. That thing has got a big explosive rib cage laid into him, but at the same time, I think very square and very agile as he goes to the surface.
Yeah, he's one of those here again. These 34s are built for that San Antonio ring, in my opinion. Just their proportions and their boxiness and their height at their shoulder, but yet the amount of rib cage they have in them is pretty impressive and just natural shape. I think this one fits between the Dash 4 and the Dash 1 hog. I mean, I think he's the compromise between the two. I think this one's got a very high ceiling here. Again, not to sound repetitive, but I like a lot of things about this one. As we go to the 42, this will be the youngest hog that we see in this offering here today. Now, this one's going to get to be dang near legitimately probably the 15th, 20th of July. So he's a bigger hog within his litter. But I think this one's a February show, target show one, and maybe even stretch into March. This one, pedigree-wise, would be Raise the Bar, back on a Set the Curve sow that would have been a full sib to the barrow that won the Land of Lincoln deal in 2022 for Ella Boble. And we've had this mating a few times. This sow would have actually produced the Elsinger gilt this summer that did a lot of winning out there in Ohio. Ends up second or third in her class there at Exposition, I believe. Wins her class at Ohio State Fair. And that same family actually had a barrow, littermate barrow they bought in the Kingpins from me there this spring that was fourth in Division One at Louisville this summer. So Sal's had a nice start here. I'll let Bryce talk about this little guy a little bit.
Yeah, the 42, obviously the youngest hog that Brett's going to offer here, but this is one of my favorite. This looking at this one, he hits me as the Hoosier movie line. Don't get watching the paint dry here, because I think this one is maybe a little more immature in his look today. Obviously, because he is more immature, but all his indicators read so good. I know we threw him in the viewing room last night to prop him up and take a picture, and it took about about two clicks, and we got the one that we needed, and we moved on. But this thing is big in terms of his appendages relative to size, and I still think has an incredible look out front. He's being a little camera shy and doesn't want to come up and show it off just a little bit, but you can see it over there by the door. I think his proportion from the side is extremely good. His chest floor is big, it's square, and relative to size, I think just as big and bulky as the ones that we've seen thus far. But I think this one could be a darn special one, and don't get caught sleeping on this one, because he's a little smaller, he's got a little bit of a larger feeding window, if you will, just from an age perspective. But if you look at him, he's got a big round rib cage and a big square hind leg that goes to the surface and pushes, and is still extremely square.
Yeah, if you've paid attention to our program at all, Raise the Bar has been very, very good to me here for the last year. And I have probably bred more sows to Raise the Bar just in terms of general numbers, and still using him hard to this day, as I have any other boar we've ever raised or owned or been a part of. And just because he just makes good hogs, he makes them dense, he makes them good bodied, he makes the proportions good. I'm honestly just kind of lining it up a little bit more with his mom. His mom and Set the Curve's mom is the same sow. So that sow's done us an awesome job, and I just think that one exemplifies a lot of what the raise the bars are. Big feet, heavy legs, good proportions, round rib cages. That one, like Bryce said, has got a larger feeding window just because he's probably a 40-pounder here today, I'm going to say, at the most. But very, very good pig. We're going to see quite a few raise the bars here in the next several pens.